Today, I'm in such a clear state of consciousness. I can see through so many ideas of speculation. I call it speculative. They even have a term, they call it speculative Freemasonry. And I guess everybody that's in Freemasonry is speculative. And what this just means is that if we read a scripture, let's say it says, Allah made Adam from a congealed clock, okay? So now someone's got to come and begin to speculate on that. So they speculated. They say, yeah, that congealed clock or Adam is the red blood, and then it may be the red blood in itself of Mars, Ma'adim. So they'll break this thing down and start visualizing maybe Allah there, I don't know, with a huge bowl of congealed jello blood or whatever, and then forming and fashioning, and never realize that that's speculative. But you could see why, because that's like very romantic. You could see why that became big, just to speculate, to have the ability to use the mind to do like a dream and to begin to create pictures around things. But then we realized that there was an entirely different level of knowledge, an esoteric knowledge, if you may, a knowledge that said, let me show you that congealed clock. We're going to go into this laboratory. Let me pull this out of the freezer. Let me get a couple zygotes, shoot a couple formulas in here, give me some protein, throw this thing in the incubator. Now watch this. 2 weeks later, you see something growing in there. Right? Because that's not speculative. That's the master's knowledge. And you have to realize that all throughout history, you're going to always see those two things. So for those that want to understand how today's show adheres at all to the title, the two brotherhoods, the battle is the speculative and then the master. Now, you would think that this is no battle at all. Like, I mean, somebody that can really do something versus somebody that claims that they can do something is two totally different things. But no, we're living in the world where the speculative, or those that just have an idea of what goes on, actually get the most attention. While let's talk about our yoga masters. Let's talk about our masters of Tai Chi, Nai-Gong. Like, you don't really, you don't hear too much about them all the time. Right. So there is, in a sense, still even a conflict going on there between esoteric and exoteric. Now, obviously, one has the agenda to make sure that everyone that comes in contact with them or their system or their practices gains something. In a certain sense, goes vertical. Versus there's clearly another system that is just like, hey, you're only here for me. And I'm just going to give you this knowledge and information, but it's not going to be something that you can actually apply and do something with. It's just speculation. It's just entertainment. So what you don't want to be in all of this, I can't tell you what you don't want to be. I'll tell you what you don't have to be. It's just entertainment. That there is a level of awareness and a level of knowledge and mastery that will mean the most to you, because you will get a chance to use it for yourself. And since the most important thing is you in the present, that means that this becomes an extreme treasure to you. It's actually your protection. At the purest level, protection, which I call the professional technology, is just the wisdom and the awareness of exactly how to navigate the experience without shipwrecking yourself. So this key to this long lost power, I first want to clean the slate for all of us and say, come into the space as if you're just beginning. That, yeah, you've been on a journey, but now this is what you came on the journey for. See, because like the journey itself, like, I don't know, the journey to spring break. In the car with everybody, you know what I mean? Y'all probably didn't rent it something. It's like the journey to spring break is not like spring break. So this has been a pretty incredible journey. And all of us, we have to have the courage and the honor to always come back into the space every time we learn something and talk about what we unlearned. right? Not continue to go on with the unlearning. That's like somebody who, they know their craft is fallible, does not work. And like some doctors, they've come into the awareness of the holistic path, but they're still, practicing that same, so they have the knowledge, but they're not applying it. So this application then has to come, it comes into this. I just want this to be crystal clear for you today, because remember, this is a refreshment. This is the refresher. Realize then that more than likely the problem with this world, one of the big problems, is it has too much knowledge. Like, if I wanted to really know, have you ever Googled a dream symbol that you had? Like, you dream of this, I don't know, I dream of a crocodile, right? So, you hit Google with this, I dream of a crocodile. What does it mean? The first thing, big disasters and dangers are coming your way, right? Oh no. Hopefully you don't have to go to work then. Hopefully you can keep Googling. So you keep Googling and you'll come up with the other one, which is the protectors are in your space and are around you, the ancient ones. You see what I mean? So it's like, okay, which one do I go with here? Because there's too much knowledge. So realize that it's not necessarily, as we're going to unveil even the metaphysical data set today, it's not about having all of the books. Having all of the books is equivalent to having Google. And then you go search all those books and you're going to get so many contradicting stories. You just need the books that all are connected to the original knowledge, and only those books.